Hey there, guys. We are usually all right, and today we are going to talk about the Drake Pitbull, right?
Yeah, it's well, depending on what you think, it's either a cute little thing or a disgusting abomination. But regardless of that, its stats are pretty interesting, actually. I'm not going to go too in depth here. All these numbers are always subject to change. In fact, I do expect this to change in 4.9 or 4.10, because right now it's in a pretty good place. But I do think its relative place in the game is going to stay the same. And to summarize that, it has a very similar performance profile to the Misk Fury or the Mirai Fury, with the main difference being that it's going to pitch a lot faster. When it's boosted, it has 90 degrees of pitch. And on top of that, its forward Gs are a little bit more, meaning this thing accelerates like crazy. You will black out without a flight suit. It has
Now,
a
real
little bit more.
quick,
Yeah,
before we go much farther, what direction is pitch?
pitch is up and down.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
All right.
And the yaw is actually identical on the Fury and the Pitbull. Now boosted, it's not quite the same. The Pitbull also rolls the fastest, and if we look at other snubs as well, if we can expand this to the Merlin, which I'm not going to mention too much more here, the Merlin's the fastest. It is a race ship. It has way worse pitch yaw roll characteristics than the Fury or the Pitbull. So if we're looking at a combat snub, we're mainly looking at these two ships. The DPS on them is quite similar as well. The Pitbull has 18% more DPS stock, and that's because it has more size 1 guns, more guns overall, whereas the Fury just has 4 size 2s, the Pitbull has 4 size 1s, 2 size 2s. So you can squeeze out a bit more damage, but you're going to have less alpha. Other than that, in terms of components, they're really similar. Again, the Pitbull can be a little more stealthy if you decide to build it that way, but the difference isn't going to be by much. And the Fury carries more missiles. So really, when you're looking at these, the Pitbull's going to be the better dogfighter if you roll and pitch with it. And it's going to be a little bit more maneuverable and a little less versatile. And then another important note is it actually has the least health of any snub. It actually is among the least health of anything in the game. This thing is a paper
That
mache.
that absolutely makes sense, though, when you look at it, because it does look like it was thrown together and being held together by JB Weld.
I mean, you can
So,
literally see through the ship, which we'll
yeah,
show you guys, and you can see the fuel tanks, the cloth fuel tanks, in the center of the ship when you look down the center through the wings.
not good.
Not good. No, this is not a thing that's designed to take a hit. This can get one shot by, I believe, Deadbolt 5s. We'll just literally kill this in one hit. A
I'd like
Fury
to
can
see
take at
that.
least one Deadbolt. So I will throw all the stats up on screen for you guys as well, of course, and you guys can read along with those. But again, these are probably going to change at least a little bit before launch. But its place as, at the current moment, the most maneuverable snub in the game, with a lot of little guns, is probably going to stay the same throughout to 1.0 on this. So, Dylan,
That makes sense.
I know we both actually flew this thing quite a bit. We both had a lot of fun in it. So, what did you think?
So while I do despise its looks, it is very fun to fly, especially in missions where there's a lot of small fighters, like light fighters, like gladiuses and buccaneers. It's pretty funny how fast you can kill an NPC buccaneer in this thing.
Yeah. I mean, you only have one size one shield, but realistically, the amount that you get hit in this is extraordinarily low, especially against
Yeah, yeah.
NPCs. If you're against another player, even, they're going to struggle to hit you if you're flying this thing right. This is capable of quite a lot. I mean, you're
Hmm.
not going to be hurt in heavy fighters, even at, but um, you're also not going to get caught.
Right. Yeah, it's very fast feeling. It's very maneuverable. Um, Obviously with those stats.
Oh, yeah.
Um, but yeah, you get hit a couple times and you're just gonna call it a day.
Yeah. And this also has no eject. So, you're not escaping on this thing either,
Yeah,
which is very
yeah,
Drake. It's also worth noting that if you don't have a flight suit on and you hit boost in this ship, you're basically just going to black out. You can pull an extraordinary amount of G's in this that even with a flight suit, you're going to have to be doing a lot of management on your G's to not pass out and black out constantly. So even if you're in light armor, it's not going to be a great experience.
Yeah, I'm a scrub who only plays on mouse and keyboard, and I was constantly tapping X in like the middle of an arc. And I was maneuvering or orbiting a fighter.
Yeah, I did try it with joystick as well, and even then, it was happening pretty frequently. We're also a little torn on how it looks. I think that it has some charm. I don't think you think that at all.
No, I do not.
Why is that?
Um, just look at it. It looks like. I mean, if you like it, you like it. I can't stop you from liking it. But just personally, I think it looks. So I thought the Clipper was the ugliest ship in the game, and then they dropped this, and it was like, oh, no, they can do worse. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not huge on it. It's growing on me. I think it might just because I like flying it so much, and
Yeah,
it is quite a sight to see this thing scream by you. Um, with just the engine
it
going,
is.
it's basically a huge engine strapped to the seat, and it's pretty fun.
Yeah,
I mean, it also has for a snub. I don't think the Fury has a weapon rack. I know it has storage, but the Pitbull does have a weapon rack, and I find that a little unusual just because I don't know when we're practically going to use that. Because this, as a snub, has no quantum drive, which means this thing needs
yeah,
to be carried by another ship,
yeah,
which does restrict its use a little bit, of course. Um,
yeah. I mean, I guess like in game, I don't know about like a practical reason, but in game, I can see taking this to like contested zones and you know,
yeah,
snagging your gun out of it and stuff when
yeah,
you're
I guess yeah,
doing
taking it like pulling it. I mean,
your executive hangar missions and stuff.
yeah, you could park like an
Not
ironclad, but
yeah,
with
not
like a bunch
contested
of
zones.
these and have like a med bed on board and fly a bunch of these
Have we
out. I
talked
can
about
see
how
that.
many of them you can fit into a ironclad?
No, we haven't. I was actually just about to get to that. The size on this thing is basically identical to the Fury. You can even check its metrics. When its wings are folded up, they're almost the same exact size.
Yeah,
And so for anybody that's played around with where you can squeeze a Fury, you'll know you can put that thing a lot of places. This thing will fit in the side doors of a Cutlass if you squeeze it. And I mean, we pretty quickly and easily landed 10 of these on an ironclad, and we're pretty certain you could get to 18 or 20 if you really wanted to. I don't ever see the practical need for that, but you can get a lot of these things on just about anything.
yeah. We could get two of them on a Perseus, which that was pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even think we'd be able to. We gave it a shot, and you can squeeze it on that landing pad. You do have to shove it in a little bit, but you could easily get two on a Perseus.
Careful.
You could put a bunch of these on a Carrack. You could put a bunch of these on a Polaris. Pretty much anything with a decent cargo access could carry a ton of these. I mean, you could fit a bunch of these on
Yeah,
a C2.
yeah.
And
And
they are a
that
lot of
makes
fun.
them very fun. Yeah.
It is, yeah. If you have the people to run them, or even if you have the med bed to keep coming back to them, you can do a lot of goofy stuff in these. Yeah, I don't have too much more to say about it. Big thing, anybody that's
Well,
interested in
there's not a
this,
lot there, so it makes
that's true.
sense.
That's true. But I do want to point out that um, while the in actual price of the ship is not too much by US standards, this thing is going to be very cheap to get in game when it comes in game. So if you didn't pick it up during its LTI sale and you were buying it for the LTI token, I really don't recommend picking one up. Just wait for it to come in game, buy a ton of them. And I do recommend getting a ton of these when they come in game if you don't already have a ton of Furies, because this thing will be a lot of fun.
I will definitely be picking one up, even though I think it's ugly.
Yeah. I mean, I like it more than the Fury in terms of flying it, and it might just be because it's fun to spit out 6 repeaters at something from something this small.
Yeah, I like the alien tech stuff on the Fury. So,
That's true. We'll have to talk about the Fury soon as well. It's a very similar ship that the Fury almost has a spherical performance profile. This is a little bit more egg shaped with how it's gonna maneuver and fly.
which makes sense on both accounts
Yep,
if you look
I
at them
agree.
closely. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, you know, stick around, watch a couple more, then you can decide to like and subscribe. We're not going to force you to do nothing. That's weird. I can't make you do anything. I can't come over there and force you to like and subscribe. I wish I could though.